This is Terrence Andre Banks with Information Age Financial Solutions coming to you about housing and the millennials. Fantastic article title, caught my attention. Housing is a big part of our existence, is the way we develop wealth. And when you receive titles like this, it's definitely one to pay attention to. Homeless Millennials, the Next Housing Crisis. Now, I know sometimes titles are either it's provocative to bring in effect so you can actually read it, but this one is definitely one to pay attention to. I'm going to provide the link in the description aspect of the video, and I'm going to dive right in. It's a short article, so it won't take too much time. Homeless Millennials, next housing crisis. Imagine you're a first-time home buyer. You live in a modest apartment for years, but your family is growing and you're ready to expand to a house in the suburbs. You've done your research and you know exactly what you want in the first home and what you're willing to pay. You and your spouse have even saved a nice chunk of change for the down payment. There's just one problem. You can't find any houses to buy in your price range, and you aren't alone. Home construction remains depressed near historically low levels. We're a decade removed from the housing bust and the financial crisis, but home builders have yet to return to form. What makes the slump is puzzling is that by most other measures, the American economy is booming. Again, if the American economy is booming, you would have house builders building at all time. The Wall Street Journal notes jobs are plentiful, wages are on the rise, and the stock market is near record highs. Well, if you have that, then why are we having these kind of articles then? Millennials, the largest generation since the baby boomers, are aging into home ownership, and they definitely are. They want to provide a house. Eventually, they get past that point, and they have kids, and you do with everything else. They want a larger space to live in, and they think about owning something, and housing is one area. So they show that here in housing. Look at this, is going down. When housing demand tanked during the financial crisis, builders shifted their focus to multifamily units. Single-family home constructions took a dive. Supply tightening and builders have been slow to react to younger buyers flooding the market. Home builders are just now starting to ramp up production to meet increasing demand in some regions. But they're not doing nearly enough. With spring home buying season just around the corner, the supply of starter homes is down more than 14% from last year. If everything is rosy, then we wouldn't have a 14% drop from last year. MarketWatch reports if you're in the market for a new house right now, you're in some stiff competition, especially if you're a first-time home buyer. No matter where you look, the more reasonably priced homes are the ones in shorter supplies. Absolutely. And this is not just in terms of people buying for their first-time home buyers. It's also for even investors to make something, purchasing houses and trying to push up the prices as well. Since I function as an investor, I'm talking from that experience and being in countless real estate meetings where the numbers just don't make any sense, but people willing to take that risk because, again, with numbers like this, you're in stiff competition. But this is before we haven't had a correction, and it's been over, now it's going close to 10 years. It's 2008 was the last correction, it's 2018. So we had a little blip in the stock market, shows some correction, but nothing that really shows a systemic default. And we're overdue. But so that's why I'm reading articles like this and showing you that if times are so rosy, then we wouldn't have situations or even article titles like this. But they're not doing their enough. We read that part. Something has to give. Home builders need to ramp up production to meet consumer demand after sitting on their hands for the better part of the last decade. As millennials continue to grow and jump into the housing market, home builders are going to need to shift from high-end luxury homes to the starter home market to catch up. Now, I point this out not just because of just I know where the economy is and going to millennials. It also provides a great opportunity if you're looking for single-family homes, and if you can, when the market does correct and you're able to purchase them as an investor, or even for a millennial looking to purchase their first home, we're going to have a correction that will make things easier. But until that time, you need to be mindful and pay attention to articles like this. And that's why I'm definitely putting from the channel, Homeless Millennials, the next housing crisis. It is going to be a crisis because anyone purchasing a property at this time, because they're worried about interest rates increasing, we haven't had a correction yet. And just be patient sometimes, because something is due around the corner, and that means it provides a better opportunity for you to get something at a much more affordable rate, and you're able to sustain yourself through that time. If this video has been any value to it, please subscribe and leave some comments. Until my next video, I'm out.